Hello, this is Patriot Pete, or Kenshin1913, along with
New York Mom.
And we got ourselves our football helmets on. And today is another Cooking with Kenshin1913, the Super Bowl edition.
This isn't really my team.
No, and this isn't really my team, but these are the helmets that I had from when I was a kid. So, that's what we're wearing. So, what are we going to be making today, Ma?
We're going to make Super Bowl sliders.
Yeah, they're mini cheeseburgers or meat patties that you can have that are perfect for Super Bowl. So let's get first down.
Okay, we have about 2 pounds of chopped meat, ground chopped meat. You can make more or less.
Whatever you want to do.
We're going to put a little salt, ground pepper. I'm putting some chopped onion and Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
I have some onions over here because I'm going to saute those later, that you can put them on top of the slider as well.
Yeah.
Now with this, you could add onion soup mix, you could add mushrooms, you could add hot peppers, almost anything you would like in a hamburger.
Yeah, this is just a mini version of it. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot quicker to cook. So let's start the preparation.
Okay, I'm going to add a little salt, not too much, because you're going to mix all this up. Some ground pepper.
Black pepper, you can use whatever pepper you want.
You can use coarse pepper as well. I just happen to have some ground. I'm going to use some chopped onion flakes. Actually, I'm going to take this off. That's probably about 2 tablespoons or so. And then those onions in the back, what we said we're going to saute them, is after the burgers are cooked, then we're going to slice up our onions and put it in that juice that was from the burgers. Yeah. So you get that flavor.
Now we're going to add some Worcestershire.
Yep.
Probably about 2 tablespoons as well. Probably, I'd say like a tablespoon a pound is probably a pretty good guesstimate. But yeah, when you're making these sliders, there's a couple different ways to make them. We're going to show you one way. I like to actually use, you can go ahead and start mixing. I like to actually use the George Foreman grill if you've got one. The one that knocks out the fat. And the reason why I like to use it is you can get about 6 or so sliders on there at a time, and it's really fast because it cooks on both sides. But we're going to be showing you a different method that I found out about while watching the Food Network and all those places. So you're going to need a frying pan, because we're going to be pan frying these bad boys. And what you're going to want to do is actually make sure that the frying pan has a cover. If it doesn't have a cover, you can always use some tin foil. So what kind of size patties are you going to be making here?
Probably like you take a nice good size, if you were going to make a nice size meatball. Yeah. And just kind of flatten it a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, because
some
actually
people like them perfect.
Yeah, actually what you would probably want to do, excuse me, I'm just grabbing a plate. There you go. What you want to do probably is, since we're working with beef and we're using probably
so it's 80-20. For me, my hands are not that big, but it's probably a nice palm full of meat.
What is it, 80-20 you're using, or 85-15?
80-20.
Yeah, so you're going to want to make them a little bit bigger, because what's going to happen is they're going to shrink while you're doing it. So we're just going to continue to make the patties until we've got enough, and then we're going to show you how to cook them up. Alright, so you have over here, we have our frying pan with a cover. This will go right on top. This will help cook. And also you're going to want a squirt bottle here with some water. And it'll be explained why later. So what I'm going to do now is just start the pan as my mom's finishing up the patties. And you're going to want to let this bad boy get nice and hot. Now I learned this method through sort of the Food Network / through like diners and stuff. What they do is they take the sliders and then they put the cover, or any burger, and they put a cover on it, and what that does is it helps cook it on both sides much quicker, so you really only have to flip it once. And the thing about it is it's going to get a little messy, but with the cover you should be able to contain it. And one of the things I like to do is use the water, because after this oil kind of like gets out because it's been used with the burgers, I like to actually pour a little water in there. It sort of steams it a little bit. You put the cover back on and it helps cook it a lot faster. It's a really handy technique that I like to use. But like I said, George Foreman grill is also very good to use as well. So we're just gonna let this thing heat up. Actually, Ma, if you want to throw a patty on there, 4 patties probably do.
Now 2 pounds makes about 12 to 14 patties.
Yeah,
depending
on the size. Actually, you could probably throw a whole bunch in there.
Place them so that they don't stick to
Yeah.
you. So you want to leave a little bit of room.
Yeah. You can probably get one more in there, probably in the middle. Alright, now what I like to do is, as you can see, I know this isn't good for internet video, but what I like to do is just put the cover on. Now all the heat that'll be escaping through up top will actually be hitting the cover and go back down. So, yeah, I know this is an exciting cooking television, but we'll show you when we're ready to lift the cover up. This should seriously, sliders should probably only take maybe 2-3 minutes on each side. Alright, so as you can see, our burgers are pretty much going there. And literally it took, like I said, 3 minutes. Let me get the volume a little low on this. But yeah, as you can see, the sliders are cooking pretty good. And actually for this, you really don't need to put, it don't look like you need to just throw the cover back on. I was going to say, if you needed to, you could put a little water, but it looks like there's enough oil in there, and you should know how oil and water don't mix. So like I said, with this method, you should probably cook the sliders pretty quickly, and then we'll show you how to, let's say you want to throw some cheese on top, we'll show you how to do that. Actually, probably should have done when we flipped it the first time, but or whatever, we'll show you. Alright, we're back. One thing that I did end up picking up was a cookie sheet, and I lined it with foil. So now, Ma, if you want to open this, lower the heat a little. As you can see, those sliders are pretty much done. What you want to do now is just throw a little bit of cheese on. The reason why I put this out is because we don't have to put cheese on all of them. So yeah, these should be big enough to fit the bun. And you can see my mom's just putting a little bit of cheese. Now with the help, put on the rest. And we're just going to we're gonna plate them, or actually we're gonna put the cover back on for like literally less than a minute. Again, the heat from the pan is going to rise up, and it's going to melt that cheese real quick. Now, if you're anything like me, you're going to want to eat these right away. And actually, we'll show you how we're going to plate them up when we're done cooking them all. So, let's just show you. The cheese is pretty melted. It's probably staying there a little longer, but whatever. Let us get these on the cookie sheet here. Careful.
Nice and brown on each side.
Yeah, that's the thing, because as you're cooking it on one side, now that you put the cover on it, it's actually cooking it on the other side too. So it's all good. Actually, you could probably put it down maybe a paper towel or something, but whatever. So what we're gonna do is finish cooking the sliders, and then we're gonna plate them up and show you some of the garnish stuff that we like to put on. So here we are. We have all of our burgers out. I'm actually going to throw them in the oven, watch out, and keep them warm while we start our onions. We're actually using the same frying pan with the same oil, although we did take out a lot of it. We rendered out the fat. What I actually like to do, Mom, if you could, just a little bit.
Yeah, that
This helps it cook a little quicker.
it,
Starts out the caramelization process. And a good idea.
yeah, let's water.
Yeah.
And if you're having a party, I would double this because we shrink in half.
Yeah.
And you can add mushrooms to it as well.
Yeah, so we're just going to let these onions fry. And then we're going to, until they're nice, like, caramely brown. And then we're going to, we're basically going to assemble our sliders. And we'll show you what that looks like when we're all done. Alright, so here we have our sliders, our onions, and our rolls. These are little slider rolls that you can purchase wherever. They're not really called, maybe they're called slider rolls. Anyways, let's plate one up, Mom. Let's assemble what we would do.
I actually like, these are potato rolls.
Yeah, they're delicious.
So what I do is I put some onions on the bottom.
Yeah. And you can do whatever you want. These are just the onions that we made. You can put pickles, tomatoes,
Yeah.
mushrooms, whatever. It's really all up to whatever you like to do. Anyway, so now we're taking...
And then we're going to do some of that aioli that we made.
in the other episode. And just pour it on and put it on top. So we're going to make a couple of these. Like I said, you can really do it whatever way you want. Whatever your heart desire is. And just make a whole bunch of them and then give them out. And like I said, you can kind of make them put pickles, put onion, put
Mushrooms, tomatoes,
yeah.
lettuce, coleslaw.
At this point, you know, you can have your guests come in and actually make them yourself. You know what I mean? So we're gonna eat. All right. So here's our sliders. As you can see, they look lovely. Made a whole bunch. I'm gonna eat this one. Let's try them out, Mom.
One of the other things I forgot to tell you is that, like, I love when I'm eating hamburgers outside to do the onions with peppers to fry them. Oh my God, I love them on a hamburger.
The slider is so juicy. You get the nice onions, and we add the aioli. It's just like the perfect, like, it takes like 3-4 bites, and it's a great portion for when you're having a party, especially Super Bowl.
That aioli is delicious. You can really, it like brings out all the flavors of everything.
Yep. So this meal is a real touchdown.
Yeah.
So this has been Pete, or Kenshin1913, along with
Mom.
And this has been another Cooking with Kenshin1913.
Enjoy and happy eating.